Hey you guys, this is Preem. I am coming with a message of grace and mercy and forgiveness and understanding and empathy and sympathy when it comes to other black women. I don't think that black women offer each other enough grace, especially in a BWE space, right? In a space where we're supposed to be empowering black women and empowering each other. I don't think that we offer each other enough grace. I think that we come into these spaces, especially if you've been in these spaces a long time, and as younger women come into these spaces, whether they literally be younger in age or they be younger in knowledge, they are younger, and I think that it is the responsibility of women who have been here longer, women who are more knowledgeable, to offer them grace, to handle them with care. It is like it's like in these spaces, one false move and you're out. And what you don't understand is one false move and she's out, one false move and she's dead. If you are in these spaces and you are in a position as a elder, whether you're literally a elder and you're older, or whether you are just more knowledgeable, then you're an elder. And what happens when someone who may not be as knowledgeable as you, who may not be as healed as you, who may not know as much as you, may flaw or may do something that may even be harmful to you. Once you push them back into Blackistan, you're sending them back to their death. You're sending them back to a living death. I've been in these spaces for a little while, and all I hear from women who are younger, whether they be younger in knowledge or they be younger in age, is that they could have been decided something better for their life, but when they first came into these spaces, they were shunned. They were shunned. So in these divested spaces, or these BWE spaces for black women, where we're all here to empower. Listen, this space belongs to every black woman who wants to be here. Every black woman that wants to do the work of being here can be here. You don't get no. So you don't get no one shot and you're out over here. Like, it makes no sense. It's cruel and it's harsh for black women to offer another black woman one shot and you're out. You get one shot to get this right, or you're out. Back on your ass, back in Blackistan. Take your ass back. And I just think that women who have been in this space longer should be a bit more careful. Whether you've actually been on YouTube forever, or whether you've just been, having a conscious black woman first mindset in your life. And for the most part, throughout my whole life, I've always been very supportive of black women in general. Like, it doesn't matter. It never really mattered to me who the black woman was and what situation she was. And I've always handled black women with care. And I always do, and I always will handle black women with care, especially if they're coming into a BWE space. Like, it makes no sense for her to finally wake up and have the courage to realize, you know what, it's fucked up over here in Blackistan, let me try something different. And then for her to get over here and for you to say some, you know, a black woman who's supposed to be more knowledgeable, for you to say some fucked up shit that's gonna send her packing. Like, what really be wrong with y'all? Like, really, what the fuck is wrong with y'all that you would be this fucking harsh to black women? See, the thing about having love for black women for me is that I first love myself, right? That's the thing. I first fully and wholeheartedly love myself. I offer myself grace. I offer myself forgiveness. I'm not always right. I'm not always. Sometimes I may do, or I may say something in the first person that before I can even go and ask someone else for forgiveness, I have to forgive myself. So it makes it easy for me to love black women and to forgive them. It makes it easy for me to understand black women, even though I may not be in the space that they are in right now. I probably have been there before. So it makes me easy to forgive them when they might say something or do something that's a bit out of the ordinary for me where I am in my life right now. So long as she ain't bringing no nignog up in my space, so long as she's not bringing nignogs up in my space or causing or doing something that might cause me a little physical harm, I can forgive her and give her another shot. But over here in this BWE space on YouTube, y'all not forgiving at all. And what it makes me wonder, it really makes me wonder, how forgiving are you for yourself? How forgiving and how kind are you to yourself? And it scares me for those of you who have daughters, right? Because I've told you guys before, what the fuck I do is I mother. Okay, I'm mother. I'm the mother of a black girl, right? But for black women who have daughters and who are so fucking cruel and so fucking harsh to other black women, I always question where your daughters are and how fucked up they are. Like, how much have you fucked up your daughter? If you cannot offer women in this space grace and mercy and forgiveness, then I know that you're not offering it to your own fucking child. That is a telltale sign to me. When I'm dealing with black women and they have daughters, based on how their daughters respond and how their daughters are responding to their advices and their care, it always tells me what kind of woman they are. Because even the things that I did wrong with my daughter, I apologize for it. I apologize. If my daughter is 18 years old, but when she comes and she tells me I got something wrong, guess what I do? Say sorry. I don't argue with her about, oh, I did my best, or I let her know I did my best and I know that my best was not good enough. I know that my best was not good enough, and for wherever in your life I fell short and it shows up in your adult life, I am apologetic. I'm apologetic. And my daughter, she deals with me the exact same way. The exact same way. Just this weekend, her, story time. Just this weekend, she's graduating from high school. Just this weekend, her father called and asked me to give a ticket to her graduation. I told him, first of all, she got her graduation tickets and she only had a couple. So she gave me her graduation tickets and she was like, you can choose whoever you want to come. One ticket is for you and the rest is for who you decide that you want to come. I'm not arguing with you about it. I'm not gonna fuss with you about it. I'm not gonna give you any suggestions. It's your decision. Right? My daughter in her subconscious mind, what she's offering me grace. Right? She's handling me with care. She's saying to me, Ma, I know that, if my father comes to because I have in dealing with my daughter's father, I have a real deep-seated hate, right? I have a real deep-seated hate for him. And I don't let that go. I don't let that go. I'm not choosing to let it go right now. and that's that. So my daughter handling me with care, as I have always done her. She brought me her tickets and she said, you can choose who you want to go. Whoever you want to go is fine with me. Whoever you don't want to come is fine with me, because she knows that if he was to come, it would make me feel away. I hate when he gets to show up for her after I've given my life, after I sacrificed my life for her, and he gets to show up and dress well and pretend like he did some work. That cuts me to the fucking quick. That cuts me to the quick. I lied to you not. And my daughter knows that, and she handles me with care, because that's how I handle her. That's how I handle black women, with care. All the time. All the time. I handle black women with care. That's just how I deal with black women. Period. It don't matter where I'm at. It don't matter where I am. As long as it's not a mammy and a fucking nignog trying to cause me some harm and trying to, rob me or steal my fucking car, whatever the fuck the nignogs be convincing the mammies to do and harming black women. As long as it's none of that, a black woman can be in my space, and I guarantee she'll be handled with care. And when I'm not treated that way, it's like a slap in my fucking face. It's like a slap in my fucking face. And when I see black women not being treated that way, especially in this space, especially in this BWE divestment community, it's like really, what I'm like, at my core, I grew up in the ghetto, and I had to climb myself out of it, with a baby on my hip. But I really be thinking, like, what the fuck be wrong with y'all bitches? Like, for real. I really think, like, what the fuck be wrong with these bitches, that they cannot be forgiving, that they cannot be kind, that they cannot be understanding. Like, what really, like, why can't you handle black women with care? I'm in some spaces where they say, oh, well, colorism not an issue. And I understand that. As a black woman, I'm the complexion of like a peanut butter, but my daughter, she's the dark skinned black girl. And I had to do colorism work with her, right? So I've always had to be conscious in handling her with care, right? And now that I'm in this space, and I'm dealing with black women who are suffering colorism issues, I handle them with care. I know that in this space we're not really doing colorism. I understand that, right? Because colorism is a Blackistani issue, right? Once you out into the world and you're not in Blackistan no more, colorism don't count. You black or you're not. Right? You're not light skin black or brown skin black or dark skin black. You are either negress or you're not. Right? So I understand I'm not doing colorism work in that aspect, but to completely devoid the fact that colorism is an issue for black women and to not handle them with care, what the fuck be wrong with y'all bitches? Like, really? What be wrong? Like, tell me, because I don't get it. I don't get how you allegedly do black women's work and you can't understand why colorism is an issue, why weight is an issue, why things that black women suffer from and are stigmatized with in Blackistan, that you cannot understand why you gotta be sensitive, why you gotta handle black women with care. Why don't you get that, sis? So if you come up on these, if you first of all, if you decide to come up on, I did not decide to get on YouTube and to start really talking my shit until my daughter was grown and she's going off to college and I could really talk my shit, and I understand the responsibility that comes with that. I understand the responsibility that comes with that, and how do you not? How do you not understand the responsibility that comes in this space if you want to be a Harriet Tubman around here and trying to convince black women to divest, right? Or to convince black women to flee Blackistan, because that's what we essentially are trying to do. If you on YouTube and you a black woman and you making YouTube videos about divestment, about black women empowerment, about black women being sovereign, what you're doing is Harriet Tubman, and that makes you responsible for everyone that you're trying to save. That includes the light skins, that includes the dark skins, that includes the fats, that includes the skinny, that includes the talls, that includes the shorts. Like, you become responsible for handling all of those women with fucking kid gloves. You must handle every one of those women with kid gloves, because the moment that you say something that they cannot handle, and you gotta be able to course correct quickly. Because I'm not saying that I'll be on YouTube and I'll get it right every single time. But if I get it wrong and you come to me and you say, you know what, Preem, what you said, you know, you can't say that to me right now. You know, I can't come on YouTube and tell black women harshly how heart attacks is fucking us up, and how heart attacks are being caused by how we eat, and basically tell black women to lose weight and not address the fact that being obese in Blackistan is a thing, first of all because of poverty, and second of all because of the mental and physical abuse that we endure. So I can't just come on here and start talking about black women losing weight and not talk about the issue at hand that caused them to get this big, or cause them to get as big as they are. Like, you have to be responsible. I can't come up on YouTube and tell y'all, look, we don't do colorism. Fuck colorism. Fuck what these niggas told y'all. Fuck what these niggas told y'all about colorism. We don't do that over here. No, I have to deal with what caused the colorism. What the little girl in you that felt like she was black and she was ugly. I have to address her first. Before I tell grown ass woman you that we don't do colorism, I have to address that little girl in you that wept about being black and ugly. That little girl that came home to her mother who was lighter and who had a looser curl and said, I want to be light like you. See, I mothered that little girl. I actually did the work. That little girl that came home crying to me saying that she was black and ugly because her classmates told her that and she wished that she was my complexion. See, I actually did it, so I know how to do it. I know how to coddle that little girl and black women. And I don't mind doing the work of coddling that little girl and black women until she's able to stand on her own 2 feet and not be bothered by colorism anymore. But when you're first coming over here into this space, the first thing I'm dealing with is that little girl. And when you're doing this kind of content, every single day it's a new woman coming to look for this, right? It's black women in Blackistan looking for this. This is what they're looking for. And you have to be responsible as a content creator on YouTube and doing BWE work, doing black women's work, right? That's what you're doing. You're doing black women's work. When you do black women's work, you have to be responsible. I don't get to tell black women who come over here who are fat or who are dark or who is tall or whatever fucking stigmatized thing that these fucking nignogs then put in their head and not deal with the core issue. Because as soon as I tell her, look, we run over here. At any moment we ready to run. So your fat ass gotta get that weight off of you. Guess what the fuck she gonna do? Turn right back around and go back to the same Blackistan that she almost got out of. That she was just a second from saving her life. And because I could not handle her with care, she's going right back there. And this is what you do to black women that you cannot handle with care. And if you can't handle black women with care, you cannot be in this space. You cannot be in this space, in this position. And that's it. That's all that's it. It's no ifs, ands, or buts. If you up in this space and you cannot handle black women with care, you don't need to be here. You don't need to be here. If you up in this space and you have not already handled your own daughters with care, if you have not already done the work for them to understand that black women deserve empathy. My daughter, she does not play about black women and girls. She's especially sensitive when it comes to, if my daughter was to find, I mother my daughter, right? But if I dropped dead today and she came to find somebody else to kind of help her through life because she's only 18 years old, and someone said something about colorism that was like, look, just get over it. Like, that's a Blackistani issue. You don't have to deal with that. My daughter would turn around and hit the pavement running from this movement. Hit the pavement running from this kind of movement. For this kind of work and what you are doing and what we are doing over here. If you are consecrated, if you do black women's work, whether you do it on YouTube or you're doing it in real life, what you are doing is saving lives. You have the lives of black women in your hand, and one false move, you can send their asses right back to Blackistan. So, I am making this video to say to anybody who is, first of all, on YouTube making content, BWE and divestment content, you must handle black women with care. Black women who are doing black women's work, and you don't have to do black women's work by being on YouTube, talking to you fucking blue in the face. You could just, be talking to your friends and just trying to get them to understand, to see a different way. Remember to handle black women with care. You have to handle black women with kid gloves. And I don't get how black women cannot handle black women with kid gloves, because guess what? Those nignogs that's sitting here to destroy you, huh? Those nignogs that's sitting here to destroy you, they are being handled with care. You can believe that everyone on earth is handling the thorns with care, okay? And that's mothers of daughters, okay? Those of us who have oceans of daughters, you must handle your daughters with care. Okay? You must handle each and every one of them with care. You cannot be harsh. Black women are the only person on earth that's not handled with care. God damn. Can I at least look at a black woman and expect her to at least be kind, to be gentle, and to be understand that I'm delicate? Is there a safe space for black women? If it's not here, then where? If we're not going to create the safe space here, then where will we find it? So this came as a woman. I know I be coming on here, I be yelling, because this is I'm passionate about black women, because I'm passionate about myself, because I'm passionate about my own daughter. Because I'm passionate about all of my daughters, my cousins, my friends, all of the women that I counsel and that I've taken care of and that I have worked for. I'm passionate about them. I'm passionate about them, and I'm very protective of them. Okay? So this is not a bash to anyone who, personally. It's just a reminder to us all to handle each other with care, to be forgiven, to offer grace, to offer mercy to black women, because we're not getting it anywhere else.